So you've just finished your 10th grade exams. Phew! After all that hard work, you're suddenly facing one of the first, well, massive decisions of your life. Which stream should you choose? It can feel pretty overwhelming, I get it. But you know what? It's also the very first exciting step toward your future. And in this explainer, we're going to break it all down for you. Here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about being at that crossroads and those big questions you're probably asking yourself. Then, we'll get into finding your own internal compass to guide you. From there, we'll actually map out the three main routes. That's arts, commerce, and science. We'll even zoom in on the science path with some real numbers. And finally, we'll bring it all back to you and how your journey really begins right now. Okay, so here you are standing at a major crossroads. The path you pick right now is going to shape the next few years, and maybe, just maybe, your whole career. It is totally normal to feel a mix of excitement and, let's be honest, a little bit of anxiety. And it all kicks off with a few key questions that are probably swirling around in your head. The first question that probably hits you, maybe even keeps you up at night, is this one. Am I absolutely sure? For most people, the answer is a big fat no, and you know what? That is perfectly okay. This is probably the biggest academic decision you've ever had to make, and a little uncertainty is just part of the deal. And then, right after that uncertainty, doubt starts to creep in, right? You might have a dream or an idea of where you want to go, but then that little voice asks, can I really do it? Am I smart enough? Do I actually have what it takes? This question, the one about your own ability, is a huge hurdle for so many of us. But when you boil it all down, it comes to the most personal question of all. After you've heard all the advice and thought about all the challenges, you have to ask yourself, is this path what I truly want? Or is it what someone else wants for me? Because your real passion and drive, that's going to come from your answer to this question. Okay, so those are some heavy questions, right? So how do you even start to answer them? Well, you need a set of tools. Think about like a personal compass to help you navigate. Let's talk about how do you build that compass and find a direction that feels genuinely right for you. You know, when you strip it all back, the process is really just three simple but super powerful steps. First, explore everything. Just check out all the possibilities and keep a really open mind. Second, once you've done that exploring, choose a specific goal. And third, once you have that goal, start taking real, actual steps to make it happen. So that's it. Explore, decide, and act. Now, the foundation for all of this is something called introspection. And look, that's just a fancy word for looking inward. This isn't about flipping through college brochures. It's about really thinking. Give yourself some quiet time. What subjects make you genuinely curious? What are you doing when you totally lose track of time? The best career choice is always one that connects what you learn with who you are. And while you're doing all this self-reflection, you've got to be on the lookout for things that can push you off course. These are the common traps: pressure from parents who mean well, the temptation to just do what your friends are doing, or jumping on the bandwagon with the most popular stream. Also, be really careful about choosing a stream just for the money over something you actually love, or looking for easy shortcuts. This has to be your path. All right, so with our compass in hand, it's time to actually look at the map. In India, after 10th grade, the academic world basically splits into three major routes: arts, commerce, and science. And it's so important to remember this. All of these options are totally valid and can lead to incredible careers. There's no wrong choice here. First up, let's talk about the arts or humanities stream. This path is amazing for anyone who's curious about society, culture, and, well, what makes people tick. You'll dive into subjects like history, economics, and political science. This often leads to a Bachelor of Arts, or BA, and it's a fantastic foundation for so many careers, especially if you're thinking about civil services, like preparing for the big UPSC exams, or journalism, or law. The list goes on. Next, you've got commerce. This is the world of business, finance, and economics. It leads to degrees like a Bachelor of Commerce and sets you up perfectly for professional exams like becoming a chartered accountant. And then, of course, there's the science stream. This one famously splits into two main groups. PCM, that's physics, chemistry, and math, which is your gateway to engineering and tech. And the other is PCB, physics, chemistry, and biology, which is the path you take for medical and life sciences. Now, to make all this feel a little less abstract, let's zoom way in on just one of these paths as an example. We're going to take a look at the actual data behind the engineering route in the science stream. This way, you can see how you can research the potential outcomes for any field that you're interested in. So let's start at the very top. In India, there are 23 Indian Institutes of Technology, the famous IITs. These places are known all over the world, and altogether they offer almost 11,000 undergraduate seats to the brightest aspiring engineers every single year. But it doesn't stop there. Right alongside the IITs, you have 31 National Institutes of Technology, or NITs. These are also excellent schools, and they add another 19,000 undergraduate seats into the mix. So that's a lot of opportunity for a top-tier technical education. Okay, this table really shows you how it all breaks down. Take a look. At the top, you've got the IITs. You're competing in the JEE Advanced exam for one of about 11,000 seats. If you get in, you're looking at average starting salaries of over 18 lakhs per year, with a staggering 95% placement rate. Drop down a line to the NITs, which you get into through the JEE mains. Still incredible numbers, but here's what's really interesting. Look at the state-level exams, like MHT-CET. These open up literally tens of thousands more seats in great colleges. Now, the starting packages might be different, but the opportunity is absolutely massive. The data here tells a really clear story. The exam you aim for has a direct link to your potential career launch. But let's be real, what do these numbers and college names actually represent? They're a launchpad to the absolute top. The co-founder of Infosys? He came from IIT Kanpur. The CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai, IIT Kharagpur. The founder of Zomato, IIT Delhi. These institutions produce leaders who literally change the world. And every single one of them started with the exact same choice you're making right now. We've explored the questions, we've talked about the tools, and we've looked at the map. But now the focus shifts completely back to the most important person in this whole equation, you. Because this is where your journey truly begins. If you only take one thing away from this whole explainer, please let it be this. There is no single best stream. The right path for you is a unique mix of what you're interested in, who you are as a person, and, yeah, the practical realities of your life. Your job is simply to find the balance that feels right. You can think of a fulfilling choice as a blend of three key things. First, your passion. What do you genuinely love doing? Second, possibility. What is realistically achievable for you right now? And third, purpose. What is the why that's going to keep you going when things get tough? When those three things align, you found your path. So I'll leave you with this powerful thought from the great Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. You have to dream before your dreams can come true. This is your moment. It's your time to dream, to explore, and to make a choice that truly excites you. Your journey starts now. So, what's your dream going to be?